What's happening, everybody? Boy Big Brando, and do you make custom shirts from home, and are you struggling with finding out pricing? So let me try to help you out. Now, first off, pricing is going to be based loosely around the material costs and mainly around your labor cost. What I'm going to try to do is help you find out the material cost. Labor, you're going to have to do on your own because I don't know how long it takes you to weed something out or how long it takes to design something. All of that stuff can be really, really tricky, and that's based on the individual person. Do not let anybody on YouTube or online or Google or wherever tell you what your labor is worth, because only you know that. You know what I mean? I'd be lying if I said this is what you should charge for your labor. I don't know what it is. I don't know what your sacrifices are. I honestly do not know how much your labor is worth. I know what my labor is worth. I know what I have to sacrifice to get stuff done. So I know what to price my stuff at. So for you, you have to figure out what your labor's worth. I know everybody wants to make $500 an hour, but obviously that's not going to be something realistic when it comes to custom t-shirts. But make sure you're getting paid for your time. Don't undersell yourself, and do not be afraid to turn away work if the person that you're working for is trying to haggle price and all that stuff, because honestly, it's not even worth the headache. Whatever you're charging, if you're charging $20, $25, the headache is not worth that $20 to $25 if your customer is a complete asshole. You know what I mean? And I say that because, say if you're charging $20 for a custom shirt, let's say it takes you 10 hours to do, and you're thinking 10 hours for one shirt is crazy. But let's say you're designing something and then you send it to the customer. It takes you 2 hours to design. You send it to the customer like, nah, I don't like that. Let's switch this up, switch this up. You spend another 2 hours on it. Now you're already into this shirt for 4 hours and you don't even know it because you're just designing it and trying to make the customer happy, right? Now, let's say that you send it to them. They're like, nah, you know what? I got a better idea. Let's switch this up. Now you got to completely change it up. So you spend another 4 hours completely changing everything up. You're into this job for 8 total hours over the span of a few days. You know what I mean? And this is just for one shirt. So let's say you send it back and they're like, all right, that's cool, but let's change this color up. Let's do this. Now you spend another hour making those minor corrections. 9 hours into the job. Now it's time to actually cut it out, weed it out, press it on the shirt, and deliver the job. So now you're spending another hour on it. Now you're into this job for 10 hours and you only charge 20 bucks for the shirt. That means you got paid $2 an hour, which is really crazy. You know what I mean? So I want to try to help you guys figure this stuff out, but understanding your labor cost and what your labor rate is something that you personally have to figure out. How long does it take you to weed something out? How long does it take you to design something? All of that stuff is going to play a big role into this. And if you listen to other people and they say, hey, you should be charging $20 for a custom shirt, but it takes you X amount of time to weed it out. What if it's some crazy detailed design, like something with like angel wings or bird wings, and there's a lot of stuff you got to weed out, and you're going to be spending an hour just weeding that out? Obviously, you want to get paid for that, and that $20 is not going to cut it. You know what I mean? So make sure when you're doing your pricing, it's going to be based on your labor. How do you figure out what your labor is going to be worth? When you're talking to the customer about what they want. Obviously, if it's just something with text, it's going to be easy, right? You're going to be able to cut it out, weed it out, press it on the shirt because it's only text. But then when there's an image involved, when there's other stuff involved, when the design has a lot of detail in it, all of that right there is going to add to your big labor costs of making that one shirt. All right. So if you're looking for just a set number on pricing, you're probably not going to find it from me. And I apologize right now, but I'm going to give it to you guys raw and let you know that your labor is going to be something that you have to figure out. I don't know how fast you work. I don't know how efficient you work. So I can't tell you what your labor is going to be worth. Only you know what that number is going to be. When it comes to material costs and all that stuff, breaking it down, I could help you with that. First thing you're going to want to do is find out who your competition is in your area. If there's a swap meet close by, if there's a mall close by, if there's somebody that's making custom shirts in your area, this is who your competition is. And I'm not saying you go there and you just bash them and you're trying to be the big dog on the block, but they're going to set the bar for you so you have a price to reference, and then you could undercut them if you want to. Shady practice, but at the same time, if you're trying to get the work, this is the way that you're going to be doing it. So let's say you go to that kiosk in the mall and you say, hey, how much does it cost to make, a shirt that says happy birthday, Brian? They're going to be like, oh, it's going to cost X amount of dollars. You keep that in your head. You say, all right, thank you. walk away. Keep that in your head. Now you know that the competition is charging X amount of dollars for the happy birthday shirt. Now you go to the swap meet or whoever it is, whoever else is making shirts, and you ask them, how much does it cost to make this happy birthday shirt? They're going to tell you their price. Now you have something to gauge what you should charge. If you don't have none of these things in your area, cool. That means that you're going to be providing a service that is not offered in your area, and you're going to be the big dog already. Once you do that, all you have to do now is figure out your pricing. You could undercut them by $1. Let's say they charge $25 for a t-shirt, you charge $24. And then if the customer complains about the price, say, hey, you could go to the mall, get the same shirt done for more if you want to do that. That could help in your selling, but it can also help with making the customer make up their mind right there on the spot. Now that you have your competition's pricing in your head, you know what they're charging. Now it's time for you to set up your own charging. Let's say they're going to be doing that same happy birthday t-shirt, and you're going to be using an all-style t-shirt, and you're going to be using HTV. Now let's just say you're going to be using a blue all-style t-shirt, which is going to be like, I don't know, let's say $3 for that one t-shirt. And then you're going to be using HTV. If you're not buying your HTV in a 5-yard roll or more, you're losing out. If you're buying by the foot, you're going to be losing, because when you buy HTV by the foot, they charge you ridiculous amounts for that HTV. I'm going to try to show you guys this on the iPad. I already wrote it down. I don't have a whiteboard where I'm at. The whiteboard is back at home, so I'm going to be doing this off of the iPad. Custom shirts. HTV for a 5-yard roll costs $40. $40 for a 5-yard roll. This is a ballpark figure. Sometimes it's a little more, sometimes it's a little less. But like, let's say you're buying BFlex vinyl. If you wanted to buy BFlex vinyl, go to bflex.bigbrando.com. But I'll leave the link in the description. Let's say you're buying a 5-yard roll. $40 for that 5-yard roll. Breaking it down, there's 3 feet to every yard. So that's going to be 15 feet per 5-yard roll. Now let's break it down into 1 foot increments to get down to $2.66. So every foot of HTV is going to cost you $2.66. That's going to be the easiest breakdown that I could give you price-wise when it comes to pricing out HTV. So like I said, $2.66 for 1 foot. And if you go to Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby, they're going to be charging you, I don't know, like $9 for 1 foot. I don't know what it is, but it's something crazy. But this is what the breakdown is when you buy your vinyl on a 5-yard roll. It's going to be way, way cheaper to buy it that way. So let's say you're going to be doing a lot of HTV. It helps to buy maybe 5-10 yards of just white HTV, because you could always change up the shirt color. Let's say that the design, the happy birthday design, isn't going to be a full foot. And let's say it's just going to be, I don't know, 6 inches. We'll say 6 by 12 to make it easier. So that's half of that. So that's what, $1.33 of vinyl that you'll be using for this custom shirt. $3 for the t-shirt. So you're into this t-shirt for $4.33. The rest of whatever you charge is going to be your labor. How long it takes you to design it, how long it takes you to weed it, how long it takes you to press it, delivery time, all of that stuff is going to be your labor costs. So you're into this shirt for $3 for the blank, $1.33 for the vinyl. Everything else is your own labor. That's what it takes for you to create that custom shirt for that customer. It's up to you what you want to charge. But knowing the small breakdowns of what the material cost is going to help you out to gauge whatever price you want to offer, right? Hopefully this helps somebody out. Like I said, if you wanted to order BFlex vinyl, go to bflex.bigbrando.com. If you wanted to order any other type of vinyl, I'm just going to leave the links in the description box for you guys. All the vinyls that I use, I'll leave in the description box, all right? This is the easiest way that I can break down pricing when it comes to doing this stuff. But like I said, don't let nobody tell you what your labor is worth, because only you know what your labor is worth. Nobody knows your personal business, only you do, all right? So knowing what the material cost is going to help you out, and then knowing what your labor cost is how you're going to gauge doing custom shirts, all right? If you have any questions, leave them in the comments or follow me on Instagram, Big Brando TV. Appreciate you guys. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Yeah.